Well, hello, my friends. Happy New Year. Hope your 2023 is off to a good start. As I pretty much knew, I didn't make it to midnight last night. I was watching a football game and actually missed the fourth quarter. Went to bed and before I knew it, I woke up and it was already the new year. But I thought today I would just kind of share some things with you. My focus for 2023. My focus for 2023, I'm going to be honest, over the last 6 years, 5, 6 years, I've kind of lost my way. I've gotten into some not healthy patterns other than the food. The food, that's why I just kind of share simple, easy videos about the food, because the food is just something I do. I eat it. I don't really know how to give people methods because I've never done this and worked to stop doing this. I just eat. I just eat the food that I think that will benefit my body the best. I started doing it because I had lived a really abysmal lifestyle for a number of years, drank like a fish. So I'm going to continue to share stuff. I'm not changing anything about the way I eat. I'll continue sharing simple raw vegan tips and just things that you can incorporate. Even though I talk about it from a raw vegan aspect, I'm not 100% raw vegan. And you can take any of this stuff and apply it however you want to. You might take a little bit of it. You might take all of it. That's why I'm always trying to put different resources out there. I like to think of myself as much of a curator as I am a content creator, where I can kind of like recommend or share things that people I'm listening to, reading, or studying at the time. One of the things that I really need to work on, and December's been a month of contemplation for me. I get real inner. A lot of soul searching this month. And one thing, and this is one of the biggest challenges for me this year, one of my main things to work on is structure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never really had structure in my life, and I only blame myself because I never was put in that situation, and I've never done the work to establish structure for myself. So I'm working on structure. I want to do certain things. I have recently stumbled onto. I'm always a little late to the party. Somebody's gonna say, "What do you mean you recently stumbled onto him?" But I'll hear of people, and then all of a sudden one day I might listen to a video or listen to a podcast, and I'm like, wow, why haven't I been listening to this guy? And it's Andrew Huberman. Huberman, I think I heard somebody mention his name this morning. It is, you do pronounce the H, but he's like this just really fascinating neurobiologist. I heard his whole story the other night, like not just the stuff that he shares, but his background, and just a really next level guy. And there's a lot of practical stuff in there. In fact, just before I started doing this video, I was listening to an old interview he had done with Tim Ferriss in the past, and I pick up a lot of people from Tim Ferriss along the way, and I need to get back to listening to podcasts like that. And that's a lot of my focus for 2023 is just paying attention to where I put my focus. Less just wasted time, like consuming content like that that is actually, helping my brain. I was listening to some stuff, and this fits right in. The one reason I'm going to be consuming a lot of his stuff is he's got a lot of good stuff in there for changing habits, establishing habits, and whatever. But he also gets into the breath work. He talks about meditation and how to calm yourself down, practical stuff, but he brings science to it. In fact, it's such a shame, and that's also another reason why I try to share things the way that I do. And something else that I'm going to share a lot more, and I'm going a lot personally deeper with myself, is my meditation practice. My meditation practice and deeper breath work is really going to be a focus of mine. And I'm not a meditation teacher, but I am going to start sharing a lot more. I want to do some guided meditation, so I'm going to also be doing that. Like, I invited you to come check out my Raw Tropical Living page on Facebook the other day for food. I'm going to be doing a lot more of the meditation stuff over there. Hopefully some guided meditation. I'm kind of trying to figure out the technology to put together some guided meditation. But the reason I share these, even though I'm not a teacher, is I just know a lot of people, they hear these words like yoga. They hear certain words. And he was talking about this in a talk with Tim Ferriss this morning. There's this, he was talking about yoga nidra, which is something you can use in the evenings or whenever to kind of, power down and get ready to put your, go to sleep. It's kind of something that'll set you up for going to sleep a little bit better. And it's called yoga nidra, but he uses the term a lot. I forget what it's got, NSDR, no sleep, deep rest. And the reason he does that is people are so caught up on terms. Like he was talking about, a lot of people, if you use the words yoga, and I think by extension meditation, people think of all of these kind of woo-woo-y type things, and they think it has something to do with some magic or some mystical type stuff, when so much of yoga and meditation is science-based, and a lot of it can even be measured. A lot of this stuff, like your heart rate and these things like that, can all be measured. But I like to think, and that's why I share as much of my meditation practice as I can, or just little tips, or people who I would recommend watching, because I know there's people out there that they see meditation and that's a big word, or it's like, well, that's just not something I'm going to do. So you can get it in smaller doses. Meditation can mean whatever it means to you, but like I said, that is something that I want to share more this year. So, and I don't know that I mentioned the other day when I did the video telling you about my page on Facebook. It's in the description below. There's a link down there. It's the page, not the group. But that's the number one thing, is establishing structure, because I've got various income streams online that they're okay, but I haven't really hunkered down and focused on these like I do. So I'm really just trying to set myself up where from the first thing I get up in the morning, I'm just doing things to maximize my focus for that day, and being able to, and also too, that's going to be something new as I'm establishing structure. It's just like setting up kind of a schedule for my day. Like I want to kind of get more in a habit of doing things, when I first get out of bed, having certain practices, getting light in my eyes. Listening to another talk that Huberman was doing, it's about like after we get up in the morning, going out and getting 2 to 10 minutes of bright light in our eyes at the very first of the morning. And listen, this science stuff is way over my head, but it does something about setting your internal clock early in the morning in preparation for you to get a good night's sleep. So I want to go beyond the food. The food is, if you were out there and you've been following me for the raw vegan lifestyle, or if you follow other people, just get to here's my biggest thing I would wish for you in 2023 is stop with the trying, or I'm working. Just get to the diet that is going to serve you right, whatever that be for you. I'm not saying you must eat like this and this is what you have to have. However you're going to eat, whatever you figure to be optimal for you, just get there and stop with the steps and the baby steps, and I'm going to do this and I'm taking 2 steps back. Just get there, because there's a lot more work. And there's a lot more inner work you can do with yourself that's going to take you to places instead of just babbling. I've literally, and listen, this is no judgment on anybody, but I know fringe people that I've been connected to for years and years and years, and they're always, each year they're restarting, they're trying to do this. And that's just kind of a sad cycle. And a lot of times it's not because they can't do it, it's just because they, maybe they're just not using the best practices to do something. But anyhow, I would just say, make your mission, whatever your food goals are, to get that level and under control, because the sooner you get to where you're not thinking about food and like, oh God, I don't want to eat this, but I'm hungry, and you don't have that internal stress. A lot of other things you can get onto that also bring us just as much health. It's not all about the food. We have to have other practices beside the food. We need to move our body. I've got some notes down here when I was thinking about doing this video, and it's really a three-tier thing for me. I want to work on the physical, the mental, and the spiritual in this next year. So I just want to get a little bit deeper dive. I want to take things a little bit more seriously. I want to take these 2 or 3 income streams that I currently have and grow the hell out of them, so I have more options. I'm content. I'm happy here for right now, but I don't have community here. I will go back to Costa Rica at some time, although somebody's always asking me something about Costa Rica. I don't know. The minute I know something, I will talk about it here. But I do need to hunker down, and I need to be focused this year, because 2023, I'm 58 years old right now making this video, and in 2 months I'll be 59. So tick tock, tick tock. 60 is just around the corner. So yeah, 2023, I want to be a very focused year for me, and I'm just hoping that at the end of 2023 that I've put in the work to where I have a lot of options. I'm hoping 1 year from today, when I'm doing a video there, that my options are a lot broader because of the practices and the work that I have done this year. So anyhow, I hope you guys will follow me along over there on my page. I'll continue to share here. I share every day on Instagram, and yeah, I just love connecting with all of you, and I appreciate all of you that have been here for a long time. I appreciate all of you that have been here for a short time. And if this is your first video today, nice to meet you, and I hope you'll stick around. But anyhow, hope the holiday season has been good for you this year. If you didn't celebrate, if you're happy it's over, God bless. But let's just all have a happy, healthy 2023. Peace.